listening to The Gender Rebels.
I'm Kathleen, a cis woman and ally.
And I'm Faith, a trans woman.
Gender Rebels is a question and answer podcast that explores life outside the gender binary.
A big thanks to our Patreon supporters.
If you'd like to support the show, go to patreon.com/genderrebels. Hey everyone, I'm Kath.
And I'm Faith.
Hey Faith, I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's your question?
It's actually from a listener.
Yeah?
This is a really, really good one. Listener Natasha W.
Thanks, Natasha.
Thank you. Natasha writes, "Hey, Gender Rebels. First of all, I love your show. You guys are super informative and fun to listen
Aww.
to. I'm so inspired by your relationship, and it's led me to ask. I am a cis male, straight crossdresser with no intent to transition. I've dressed since I was 5 years old, but I've never felt as if I was in the wrong body, and I enjoyed skateboarding and wrestling with other boys, guy things, etc. However, after purging and buying clothes, breastforms, makeup for what feels like the 20th time in the row, I'm done suppressing the femme side of me. The problem lies in relationships. While I've had several girls crush on me, I've never gotten the courage to ask any of them out for fear of ruining the relationship or them not accepting me. I don't want to be the stereotypical cross-dressing husband/boyfriend whose girl puts up with it and survives. My actual question, however, is what tips would you give a straight cross-dresser for finding a potential partner?"
Okay, it's a really great question,
Really,
Natasha.
really good.
First
Thank you,
off,
Natasha.
that's awesome that you're like, I'm done hiding this.
Yeah, purging is expensive.
It is
sounds like
expensive.
a weirdly expensive
I've
side effect.
purged a couple times.
Yeah.
And it's stupid and I know why we do it, but we purge because we're frustrated.
And you're not supposed to have this.
Yeah.
And if it waxes and wanes, then one day it wanes, you think it's gone, and you're
that's usually
it's over.
That's usually shame brought about from external sources. And it may be that it's shame we feel deep inside, but ultimately it's shame that is not brought about by anything that we feel. It's shame brought about by how other people feel about things. It sucks. Everyone's going to feel that, cross-dressers alike, and I bet there's also other people who purge for other reasons.
Trans people, non-binary people.
Oh, I'm thinking like model railroad enthusiasts or people. I think people who had, large pornography collections might do that. I don't know. But I think that's something where it's like where people who, there might be people who live in like incredibly religious towns who have a huge D&D collection or something, and they get rid of it because it's sinful, and then they're like, crap, well, I actually really enjoyed playing these games.
Gotta go buy another set of dice.
Yeah, people can purge for different reasons, but usually it's because other people are making them feel uncomfortable with something that they enjoy. Now, if you're a serial killer, don't fucking be a serial killer.
Yeah,
but
purge your weapons.
In general, things like CDing, cross-dressing, D&D, whatever, are totally fine. This is something that you're enjoying. It brings you happiness, and you should be allowed to have that happiness. So I'm glad that you're at that spot where you're like, you know what? Done hiding this. That's great. We've
done lying to myself about it. There's an aspect of that with purging too. Yeah, it's like, no, you know what? That femme side is there, and that's real, and that's brought me a lot of joy, and that's part of my life now.
Yeah.
You're not transitioning. You're a cis guy. This is our first episode dedicated to a cis guy topic. Congratulations, Natasha.
No, we've talked about cross-dressing before.
True.
And that's part of that whole umbrella trans idea. I think, because we've discussed because I think cross-dressing sort of should be, there's different types of cross-dressing, but I think a lot of people cross-dress because they want to feel that femme side of themselves. And we've kind of relegated that. We've kind of lumped that as a society. We've lumped that in with like fetishism, which it's not. And we've lumped it in with not always fetishism. For some people it is, but for the majority, I don't think it is. I think it's just gender fun.
For some, it's tied to sex. For some, it's embracing that, having fun, enjoying it, deriving pleasure and joy, and there's a creative aspect to it. And gosh, cross-dressing sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does.
Well, you can do it. I mean, you don't have it's not as, I don't think it would be as fun to go from MTF, or to do FTM as it would to do MTF. But
no, yeah, but that's the fashion industry.
Then again, you've never done a full beard, so
I have not ever done a beard.
Women's fashion tends to be a lot more fun than guys' fashion.
Yeah,
just is. So dating is tricky. I have been in a point in my life where I identified as a cross-dresser. Mm-hmm. It actually went a lot deeper than that for me. It was something that it took me a long time to kind of accept.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
She's trans.
I'm trans. And that's actually a lot of cross-dressers I've known. Someone on our cross-dressing, the Reddit page, was lamenting that, like, everyone on that page just cycles in and out cycles out every, like, 3 years. People will post, and then everyone does a post where they're like, actually, I'm trans.
Bye, everyone. Bye forever.
But that's not every cross-dresser.
No, not
but
not
it is normal, I think, for some people to use that as a stepping stone identity as they kind of learn to become more accepting of themselves.
It's dipping a toe in, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, dating is tricky. I have had in the course of my life, like I said, I identified as a male cross-dresser for a time. Mm-hmm. I have had
years, right?
For years,
like a decade.
It was a while, but then it was like, because I was also like hiding it when I was little, and
of course, yeah.
And then it was like, and then I sort of became what the term I invented that other people invented independently, which is called gender flux, which to me meant like was almost like a bi-gender type of thing where it could be kind of both, and then it was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm trans, and so. I've dated multiple people, some of whom I've had at least, like, one definitely broke up with me. Over cross-dressing. And I've had two where, like, they really didn't like it, and after that I broke up with them, they were like, yeah, and what the fuck is up with that kind of thing? So,
but you broke up with them.
We broke up.
Okay,
in one case, it was I was dumped, and then another case, it was just, it really was mutual.
So you did the post-mortem with them, which is apparently a thing people do
sometimes.
Exes.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm so glad you're doing well, but boy, that was a fucked up weird thing you were doing.
Yeah.
You're not doing that fucked up weird thing anymore, are you?
One I had actually, when I found it on her blog.
Oh, God!
Yeah, and she was complaining that I was trying to rip her off style-wise, and it's like...
What a weird complaint!
And it had to do with this one specific dress that I bought first.
What?
I owned the dress first.
Stop everything.
Yeah.
Back up. Take a breath.
Yeah.
Tell me this fucking story.
Alright, I don't think they listen to this.
Fuck her if she does.
I'm still Facebook friends with her. We're much better friends than we ever were dating.
I just need the dress story.
It was this dress. It was a Rodarte dress from Target, and it had sequined skeleton stuff on it. I have pictures I can send you, but she found a picture of me online or something with that, and I was bad at hiding my stuff, and so she found it. And apparently thought I was just ripping off her style. But the truth is, I had bought the dress before she bought the dress because I was with her when she bought the dress. And it was like weeks after I had bought it. So.
Okay, so this is...
It's a complex thing. We don't have to get all into that.
No, I love this story. Okay. We need to...
Okay.
First of all... The image for this episode, if you are looking on the Podbean, is definitely going to be this Rodarte by Target dress. So you owned this dress.
Yes.
She didn't know you cross-dressed.
No, like, she did.
Oh, okay.
She did.
Okay,
but because I was bad at hiding it. And she later was like, there was a link on your Facebook and you never hid it. Or you never...
Oh, sure.
And so I'd apparently left a link to my Fade to Brooke blog.
Oh, okay.
On my boy Facebook. at one point, and there you go.
And she found it that way. But after you owned this dress, the two of you went to Target because you needed paper towel and soap or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, I need nylons. Yeah, let's go. Oh, what a cool dress! I'm gonna buy it." What was that moment like for you?
I was just buttoned up.
For her to take it off the rack.
I was just mouth buttoned up
a
little bit, but a part of me was like, oh, she's a fashionista. So she was a very big fashionista, still is. And I was like, okay, see, I got good taste.
So when you saw her pick it up, you weren't like, she has excellent taste.
Her and I both actually have the same taste.
Well, clearly.
I mean, she's got better taste than me because she knows all the designers and stuff, but like... I've got, it's like we're both wearing all black and, stuff like that. So,
I mean, people talk about the conflicts that crossdressers and their girlfriends, in the case of male crossdressers,
exactly.
Cis male straight crossdressers run into, and there's like the borrowing or the sharing or the, no, that's my look, blah, blah. But it had never occurred to me that she would buy the dress after you had bought the dress, and then she would see a picture of you in the dress. And I think that's going to be... And
she thought I ripped it off from her.
Went back and bought it after she bought it.
Exactly. Yeah. But in fact, I had bought it first.
This is why you need to hold on to your receipts, people.
Yeah.
Because it's got the date and time stamp on it.
And then you can say to your then ex-girlfriend, hey...
We arrived at a conclusion independently at the same time, and I think if you'll remember, I buttoned my lip while you were picking up. I did not say that'll look great on you. I did not say, that's been done.
Okay. So So all right. So I've had a mixed bag. So then I also had, I've actually dated a few people specifically because I was a crossdresser, and
like that's how you met them.
Either that's how I met them, and I'm talking cis women.
Oh yeah.
I actually. Or trans women, but like I dated mostly cis women who found me, or either like on MySpace where I had girl pictures, or I had like a personal ad on maybe OkCupid or something, and found dated people through that where I was like, yeah, this is me. I think that was where I was trying to be a little bolder, and I was like, and you know what? Here's a picture of me pretty.
Yeah.
And I dated a few people who specifically were interested in me because of that. So and when I say people, I mean straight cis girls.
Yeah.
Or bi cis girls.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe gay cis girls.
Yeah.
We don't know. Who obviously were not repelled by the male parts of that ad.
Yeah.
But were clearly not repelled and maybe even attracted by the female parts of that ad.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So, Natasha, I hope for you to hear this lets you know that all is not lost. There are girls out there who, I don't know if the word would be who are into this, but like girls who are not repelled by this and are even supportive of this.
I think there's plenty of girls who are straight or bi cis girls or straight cis girls, trans girls who are like into this and would enjoy it. And
when I say into this, okay, well, you know, what do you mean
I mean like not repulsed, curious. They might think it's fun. They might think it's cool
pretty.
That you're open, that you're who was it that? Oh gosh, I dated someone who was worried about me. Because they thought I was, quote, too heterosexual.
Wait, your straight girlfriend thought you were.
It was someone who was. It was someone who was a little queer. They were bi or something like that, or maybe even a little genderqueer themselves, and who worried upon meeting me that I was, quote, too heterosexual. And upon finding this, they were like, "Okay, good.
Oh, thank God.
So you're not just like super butch dude." Like, I think that's something where you can express a feminine side. And I think that is important. I think that shows you're a well-rounded human being. And maybe you have a lot in common with a cis girl. I think I've had both really, really bad luck and really, really good luck.
Let's talk about the bad luck.
We just did.
All right.
Oh, I got dumped by a girl who did not like it.
So, like, she discovered a picture and told you it was over?
I was sort of, like, being a little more femme in just my presentation. Like,
your regular day-to-day presentation.
Yeah, I would just, like, wear a skirt and, like, my guy stuff. and or like eyeliner, makeup, or something. And
Wow.
she did not like that. And
What did she say? What did she not like? Was she like, I need a real man, or what?
no,
What was her thing?
it was like just she just didn't like it. She like didn't like the cross dressing and stuff. So that was like, meh, that was that. And but again, some girls did. I remember I went to a friend of mine used to host a party that was like a really big, trying to be like a Studio 54 party. And so I would go to those, and like I emceed one of those, and I would wear like the fishnets and
You MC?
yeah. I still have a picture of that. I can show you that.
That's adorable.
But I'd wear like fishnets or like thigh highs or like makeup and all kinds, but always be presenting male, and there were girls who loved that. And so, straight cis girls, at least as far as I know, and who loved that, who thought that was kind of hot. So again, I think there are 7.5 billion people on this planet,
All
which
right, that's not exactly fair.
What do you mean? No, it is because
Like some of them are kids, and some of them are grandparents, and some of them,
Okay.
half of them are China. Like, come
I'm
on,
saying-
don't throw
Okay,
7.5 billion.
fine.
At
What I'm saying
Natasha
is-
and think you can get away with that.
I'm
shit.
not. Okay, I'm just saying there's a large and diverse group of people, and even an opinion that might not be the most common opinion, which is a cis straight girl who is into cross-dressing or thinks it's fun or is not repulsed by it and thinks it's just okay or whatever. There's a bunch of those. And it's probably not going to be every single cis het girl, but it's definitely there. They are out there, and it just takes finding them. And I would think like, do the dating site where you throw up a pic or two.
Yeah. I would make it clear to people.
Yeah.
And some people will be like, that's a hard no. Moving on to the next
But that's not the
profile.
people you want.
That's exactly the point of a dating profile.
So you're in theory a cis het chick. What's your take on this?
I would say, in all of my years of online dating, I never did see anyone who put up a picture like, oh, also this is a thing I do. And look how pretty I can be. Like, I literally never saw that.
But if you saw that, what would your opinion be?
I gotta think back to who I
Assume
was.
Assume it's like a hot guy.
Ago. And
really
everything
into
else is great.
Everything else is great. He's really into all your favorite things. Wheel of Fortune.
I do love Wheel of Fortune.
Canadian cooking.
Oh my god, poutine.
Photographs of hang gliders. Not actually hang gliding because that's dangerous, but just photographs of it.
Because they're majestic and beautiful. It's also like engineering and art.
Yeah, and building scale models of giraffes out of clay.
We only have 32. Although the one I'm working on, I guess you could consider is 33. We have 32 and a half scale models.
I'm just saying, your hobbies. Very common
job.
hobbies. I know all our listeners already know these hobbies.
High ceilings.
So all your stuff. So like hitting everything, and they've got this like,
to be honest,
glam picture.
It's kind of hard to think back to that time in my life, because I think I would have thought, oh, that's weird and cool and fun. So I'm trying to think back, because I think I'm certainly now, if I saw it, I'd be like, awesome, cool, fun, weird, someone who's really in touch with their sexuality. But back then, it would have been weird. It would have been. It would have been weird. And I think I would be happier to see a boy in a dress than a boy who decided to post 30 pictures of him in a Rangers jersey.
Yeah.
And was like, I'm into Rangers. I love the Rangers. I'm at every Rangers game. I got season tickets. Sometimes I travel to away games. Rangers are my life. Rangers. Like, I'd be like, well, that's not a thing I'm into, and kind of boring and a little bit stupid. So,
or the guys with their cars.
I mean,
always got to have a guy with their car.
Guys like
guys
pictures
shirtless
of
with their
cars
with a Ranger's hat.
Okay, so that would be a bigger
That's a no.
turnoff than that
Than a
guy
dress.
in a dress.
Okay.
Yeah. And especially if he looked really good in the dress, and like he had clearly put in his time and effort in padding and makeup and like a really great high quality wig. Like, that's awesome. And when I thought you were a crossdresser, So there was those couple of years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In between you coming out as a crossdresser and you deciding to transition.
Did I never show you any pictures or anything? I guess I didn't.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you never
good because
showed me
I wasn't that
pictures.
great at makeup before, so I've gotten much better at makeup.
And honestly, I don't know if that would have turned me off or not. I don't think it would have because I already loved you. We
Okay.
already lived together,
Yeah,
for God's
we
sake.
did.
So when I realized you were a crossdresser, like, that was awesome because now there is a fun new way to dress up.
Yeah.
Now there's, especially because we have supportive friends and a handful of supportive family members at the time. Now everyone knows and is supportive. But back at the time, you know, it was basically you as Scarlett was your name back then.
That was never my name.
No, people picked it for you and you
People
went with it
picked
for a little while.
For a little bit, for like a week.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were until you changed it up. But like that was, you know, when I planned my birthday dinner, I was like, "Ooh, let's go to this fancy restaurant." But I want me and Scarlett to go to this fancy restaurant because it's fun and you looked pretty and you were happy.
Yeah.
As that. So I think what we need to tell our listeners and Natasha is you want someone who likes it.
Yeah.
Ideally, I mean, you don't want someone repulsed by it. You're not going to date that person for long anyway. Someone who's neutral about it, you know, that works too. Yeah. You can still do it. That's fine. But if you can find someone who's like, this is fun and cute and pretty and you're happy and let's do this. Like, this is your party look, or this is your relaxing at home look, or this is we're running errands, or maybe your workplace is awesome and this is your casual Friday look. Like, someone who supports you.
Yeah.
That's obviously the best possible thing. And my advice for finding that person is, obviously online dating is great because that goes out to everyone and weeds out all the jerks and, you know, you're left with whoever. But I would say you want women who are queer or queer friendly.
Yeah. Everyone should be queer friendly.
A girl who would be happy to go to a pride parade. You know?
Exactly.
So this doesn't rule out religious girls. This doesn't rule out older people. This doesn't rule out divorced women. This is still all of the dating world out there.
Yeah.
But I think if you're like kind of trying to gauge whether this is something you can discuss with her, you know, we're talking about a non-online dating situation where she hasn't seen a picture of you in a dress, and you're trying to figure out, you know, if it's okay to bring up, get a feel for how she is about gay stuff, about queer stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Someone who is supportive and interested and doesn't have that particular kind of prejudice. I think it's perfectly safe to bring up. It's fine to let her know. But I don't know. I want to believe that online dating is the key.
I think it is. Or Tinder.
Is it still good? Because we met with OkCupid.
We met almost a decade ago.
I think. Okay, so here's what I think.
OkCupid, I don't know. For all it is it's just Nazis now. I don't know.
Here's what I think happened with OkCupid.
Yeah.
And maybe this is the same with Tinder. But what I've heard from single trans people, and this probably works for crossdressers also, is you do have to pay for the premium option. Something like that, where you get to see more profiles, or more profiles get to see you, or the selection algorithm is better, or there's ways to make it work for you, and it sucks, but it might be more expensive.
Yeah.
Than it would for a baseline, boring cis guy who's a huge Rangers fan, and you got to be into Rangers, and I named my dog Ranger.
Ranger's a good name for a dog.
It actually is, yeah. That guy gets to go with just the basic plan.
Yeah.
And you might have to go with the platinum plan. Again,
it's a
based
good idea,
on what
because,
I know.
I would say do the options that allow you to cast a wider net. I don't know. I've never used Tinder.
No, we tried to get Rocket on Tinder. Remember?
We did.
I
played around with the app.
Really?
Yeah, but just when we were playing. Why? Because I was curious.
You were curious.
I was curious.
Well, I thought we were happy.
We are happy. but I don't have like a Tinder account. I've never tried to date anyone on Tinder.
Correct.
Yes. So I don't know what else is out there. There could be like 50 different new dating apps that are like super awesome.
And by the time we post this, there'll be 50 other new ones.
By the time we post it, the dick pic brigade will have found it. So, you know, it's nothing you can do.
Nope.
Yeah, I would say just there are people out there who I think, you know, there are, because I've met multiple of them, or multiple different people, and they're definitely there. So
I would say work on your dating game in general. You know, be interesting, be cool, and when you're on dates, ask questions and actually listen. Actually be interested in the person.
Yeah.
If you can't fake it through one date, come on. Figure out how to fake it through one date. If you, you know, every once in a while, you do your online date and you realize, oh, this is a dud. Well, that is a practice date now. That is when you learn about that. Oh, you're a tax attorney. Wow, I bet that's...
Oh, it's actually not interesting.
Not
okay.
at all interesting.
Oh,
all
well.
right.
Oh, but you're still talking about it.
Yeah.
You just mentioned it wasn't interesting. Oh, no, it's fine. I'll let you explain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God, you're right. That is not interesting.
Hour later.
Talking.
Okay.
All right, maybe there's some rationale to nip.
Can I have another prune juice, or can you...
I knew a girl where she would she would go to the date, and if she just knew it wasn't work out, she would just leave.
Oh, she would lemon loft someone.
Yes, she would lemon loft someone.
Yeah.
She would Irish out.
Yeah, that's a shitty thing to do.
It is.
I mean, unless the guy is
having dinner or something. She's I'm just gonna run to the ladies' room and take my coat and my purse.
I think if you're if someone is rude,
if they're rude,
or inappropriate,
racist, homophobic, Trump supporters, you get to walk out without a word. You're good.
Yeah, I think you could even say like, no, thank you.
But if someone's just not
your type,
your thing,
no, I think you gotta like at least have a drink, and then, you know, that's why a drink or coffee is always great, because you just kind of have that one discreet thing that can last 5 minutes or, you know, 2 days.
I am so
whatever
sorry.
You like.
I have to do some stuff. It was so great hanging out with you.
Is there an app where a friend calls you, where it's like a fake phone call?
You set your phone to ring.
Oh, you do?
In advance. There's ways to do that.
Okay.
It might be an app. I don't know.
Okay. Because that'd be a good one.
Oh, this is an emergency. I am so sorry.
My grandmother burnt the dumplings.
Dating.
It doesn't sound like an emergency, but it is.
It's nice that we are out of the dating
scene. Please don't ever leave me, because I don't want to go back there.
Any of us could get hit by a bus tomorrow. And that's terrible.
Please don't. Please look both ways. All of our listeners, Kath, I love you. All our listeners as well.
We love you too.
We love you in a generic sense. I haven't really met you, so, but
for the good of our listeners,
please look both ways before crossing. If you're gonna bike, please bike on like larger streets. Bike in designated bike lanes, and bike in side streets instead of large thoroughfares. And, if you're going to be operating a motor vehicle of any kind, including a bus, please use caution and obey all the rules of the road. That's the most important lesson here.
Agreed.
So that you don't have to date.
More importantly, so we don't have to date.
Yeah.
But okay, something bad happens and I'm gone. What's your approach? And
I don't even know. I don't even know. Because I'd be a 40-something trans girl. I don't even know how you'd go about dating in that situation.
But you're smoking hot and interesting.
I hope so.
And you have a good job and awesome dogs. Like,
I don't know.
You have a lot to offer.
I don't know. What's your plan?
I
don't like the idea of you dying.
Natasha, why did you make us think about this?
No, so Natasha, I hope you have all the amazing luck and find a really awesome person or persons. And I hope that this works out for you, because
I kind of know you will, because you seem cool just from your letter. Like, you're being thoughtful and you're honest with yourself, and that's a lot.
Yeah. And the thing is, always remember, keep this in mind. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not hurting anyone.
Mm-mm.
What you're doing is expressing your feminine side and having fun with it. And that's something awesome that I would hope, you know, a potential partner would be able to understand how awesome that is and fun that is, and that she has someone who can go to Sephora with her and not be bored.
Yeah. No joke, that's a fucking game changer. Like, I can run my work outfit by me. Sure, want tights, or should I switch to pantyhose? Well, can I get away with flats, or do I need to wear heels? No joke.
You never listen to me anyway.
Well, I appreciate your input, and just because I prefer pantyhose to tights with that one
Kath
outfit.
wears pantyhose. I think it's very 80s.
And they're not like suntan pantyhose.
I know, I just think it's weird.
They're a little bit of polish
and
a little bit of grooming. And I know they give you crotch rot. That's not really a thing. But I know they're weird. I know. But I like the look. I think it's very professional. And I don't want to have like my nasty, hairy legs out in the fresh air.
That's why I wear opaque tights in winter.
Sometimes it doesn't work with the outfit, though.
I make sure all of my outfits work with opaque tights.
Yes, Natasha, you too could have great conversations like this with an amazing cis girl that you find. She's going to love you. I know you're going to find someone amazing. For reals. And it's just a matter of, getting out there.
Yeah.
Doing online ads. And also you've got friends. Who are their friends? Go to their parties. Talk to their roommate. Oh, this is your coworker? Hi, what's your name? It's just be nice and be interesting. We already know you are.
And be a good listener, and
you're 80% of the way there.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for the great question, Natasha.
Natasha, keep us posted on your love life.
I mean, not with too many details, obviously, but just the basics.
And if you want to send some fabulous pictures, we'd love to see them. We don't have to share them. We're not going to tell the world. But really great question.
Yeah, thanks so much, Natasha. And please send, if you have questions, please send them to questions@genderrebels.com.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Talk to you next time.
Bye.
If you've enjoyed this episode and want to help us keep making more great content, go to patreon.com/genderrebels.
We have many different levels of support and lots of great rewards,
including drinks with the Gender Rebels at Stonewall.
Please leave a 5-star review on iTunes. That makes it easier for other people to find us.
And send your questions to questions@genderrebels.com, or find us on Twitter @TheGenderRebels.
Music for The Gender Rebels is by Jasper the Colossal. Follow the link down below or download them on iTunes today.
And for all our episodes, visit genderrebels.com.
The Gender Rebels is a Comeback Sync production, copyright 2018. All rights reserved.
And to all you Gender Rebels out there, keep rebelling.
Bye. Bye. Because I think I would have thought, oh, that's weird and cool and fun. I will I'll just wait for the noise to... I'm not 100% sure, but I know Reddy's not jazzed.
It's the recycling guys.
I think so. Reddy, it's okay, little girl. Come on back, little girl. Hey, it's alright. Hey, Reddy. Reddy's a friend.
Are they done?
Almost. Get his bags. Get the tail. Oh, I think we might be done.
Okay.
I love you.
Oh, gross.
Okay. Gross. I love my puppy.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think back because I think